You wake up every single day thinking you've got time. You don't. You think the world is waiting for you to get your act together. It quote, see not. Right now, at this exact moment, someone else is building the life you'll spend years envying. Someone else is putting in the work you keep postponing. And you're scrolling, you're daydreaming, you're playing small. You want to know why you feel stuck? Because you've been trained to believe you can coast your way into success. You've been fed the lie that motivation will magically appear one morning, wrap its arms around you, and carry you into greatness. That's not how it works. You don't wait for the right time. You take the damn time and make it right. Every second you waste is an attack on your future self. Every distraction you give into is you spitting in the face of the person you could become. You think discipline is optional? It's not. It's survival. In this game of life, the weak are forgotten, and the slow are crushed. And here's the cold truth. Nobody is coming to save you. No mentor, no miracle, no secret formula. It's you. It's always been you. Look around you. The world is filled with average. People clock in, clock out, complain about their paycheck, binge Netflix, and call it a life. They die quietly, having never even scratched the surface of their potential. That's the fate waiting for you. If you keep doing nothing, that's the coffin you're building every day you choose comfort over action. I see it in your eyes. You think you have tomorrow. Let me break it to you. Tomorrow is a fantasy. Tomorrow is a drug that keeps the masses sedated. I'll start Monday. I'll try next week. You keep pushing your dreams into a future that never comes. And the clock doesn't stop ticking just because you're too scared to start. You think successful people had it easy. No, they acted when it was hard. They acted when it was messy. When it was uncertain, when nobody believed in them. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't need the stars to align. They got up, they moved, they fought for it. And that's why they're living the life you wish you had. You've got two choices in this life. Act now or stay a nobody. That's it. Harsh. Yes, true. Absolutely. You can keep lying to yourself about why you're not ready. Or you can accept that readiness is a myth and start building now. Your excuses are the bars on the cage you've locked yourself in. The key, it's in your hand. But here's the sick part. You're so comfortable in your prison that you don't even want to unlock the door. Do you know what mediocrity smells like? Regret. Years from now, when your knees ache and your back hurts and the energy you have now is gone, you'll look back at this exact moment and wish you had moved. You'll wish you had the guts to do the thing you kept telling yourself you'd do later. And that regret, it'll choke you. It'll crush you worse than any failure ever could. Failure isn't your enemy. Inaction is. Failure teaches you. It forces you to adapt, to get sharper, to grow. Inaction rots you from the inside out. You wake up one day and realize you've been asleep for decades, and there's no time left to fix it. That's the real nightmare, not losing, but never even playing the game. You keep looking for motivation. Stop. Motivation is a cheap spark. It burns bright for a second, then dies. You don't need motivation. You need obsession. You need a fire so big it doesn't care how tired you are, how scared you are, or how much it hurts. That's what will drag you out of bed when your body wants to quit. That's what will make you say no to every distraction trying to steal your destiny. Think of the person you want to be. See them in your mind, the confidence, the power, the respect, the life they live. Now understand this. Every time you choose laziness, you kill that person. Every time you procrastinate, you dig their grave. And every time you act, even in small, ugly, imperfect ways, you breathe life into them. People love to talk about wanting more. They love to dream. But dreams without action are hallucinations. You either build or you decay. There's no middle ground. You're either becoming someone or you're becoming no one. And most of you, you're becoming no one. Not because you're incapable, but because you won't move. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. You don't get paid for almost starting. You don't get remembered for thinking about it. You get respect when you do. You get power when you prove. And you get results when you refuse to quit. Right now, someone out there is less talented than you, less intelligent than you, and less capable than you, but they're beating you because they're willing to act while you're still getting ready. That's the difference between winners and nobodies. Winners move. Nobodies wait. You keep saying you're waiting for the right moment. Let me tell you something. There is no right moment. There is no perfect alignment of circumstances. There is no magical sign from the universe telling you now is the time. The right moment was yesterday. The right moment was the day you first felt that burning desire in your gut to be more, to do more, to live more. And every day since then that you've wasted has been a betrayal to yourself. You think life owes you something because you want it badly. No, life doesn't care how bad you want it. Life pays in results, not desires. You can sit there wishing, hoping, and daydreaming for years, and you'll still be in the exact same spot unless you move. Desire without action is just self-torture. You're starving in front of a full table because you won't pick up the fork. Here's the truth you refuse to face. No one's thinking about you. No one's waking up wondering how to make your dreams come true. The world isn't plotting your success behind closed doors. Everyone's too busy chasing their own survival. If you don't step into the arena and fight for yourself, you'll be forgotten before you even begin. And don't tell me you're scared. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is proof you're about to step into territory worth conquering. The problem isn't that you're afraid, it's that you let fear chain you to the ground. You polish your excuses until they shine so bright you mistake them for reasons. But deep down, you know. You know you could do more. You know you could push harder. You know the only thing in your way is you. Every great life you admire was built on risk. The millionaire you follow on Instagram didn't get there by playing safe. The athlete you idolize didn't reach the top by avoiding pain. The leaders, the innovators, the unstoppable, they stepped into the unknown, took hits, bled for it, and kept moving. That's the tax you pay for greatness. And if you're not willing to pay it, stop pretending you want it. Comfort is the real killer. It lulls you to sleep while the clock eats away at your potential. It whispers, "You're fine, you've done enough today." It feeds you just enough satisfaction to keep you from starving, but never enough to make you strong. And if you let it, comfort will drain every ounce of fire from your soul until you're just another spectator in the stands, watching others live the life you wanted. I need you to understand something. Nobody cares about your potential. Potential is worthless without proof. The graveyard is full of people who had potential, full of people who could have been great but chose not to act. You don't get respect for what you could do. You get respect for what you've done, and the only way to get there is by doing it now, not one day. You've convinced yourself that you're preparing, but preparation without execution is just procrastination in disguise. You can read every book, watch every tutorial, study every strategy, but if you don't move, it's all just mental clutter. You can't think your way into success, you can only act your way into it. Think about the last time you felt truly alive, not just comfortable, not just okay. Alive. I guarantee it wasn't when you were lying on the couch doing nothing. It was when you were pushing, risking, chasing something with everything you had. That's where life is. That's where the energy is. That's where the transformation happens. And you've been running from it. You keep imagining a future where you're finally ready, where you've got the confidence, the skill, the perfect plan. But that version of you doesn't magically appear. You have to forge them in the fire of action. You have to earn your own respect before the world will ever give it to you. And respect isn't earned in silence. It's earned in motion. You're afraid of failing. Good. That means you're aiming high enough. But here's the difference between you and the people who win. They fail forward. They use the loss to sharpen their weapons. You're using the fear of loss as a reason not to fight at all. That's not safety. That's slow death. Every day you delay is a day stolen from the life you could have. Every hour you waste is a brick added to the wall between you and your dream. And if you keep building that wall, one day it'll be too high to climb. Then what? You'll sit there, old and bitter, telling stories about what you could have been. If only you'd started sooner. That's not a life. That's a tragedy. You want to be unstoppable, then act like it. Move before you're ready, strike before you're certain, leap before you see the whole staircase. Because the truth is, you will never feel ready, you will always have doubts, and if you wait for them to disappear, you'll wait forever. You don't get to choose if the time will pass, it will. But you do get to choose what you do with it. A year from now, you could be standing in the same spot, whining about the same problems, blaming the same circumstances, or you could be unrecognizable, dangerous, powerful, living a life so far from where you are now that people won't even believe your story. The difference, the choice you make right now, you keep pretending you have time because it makes you feel safe. You tell yourself, "I'll do it next month," and suddenly, 5 years vanish. That's how average people live, in a haze of tomorrows that never come. And you've been living like that long enough. Look at your life. Be honest. Is this the best you can do? Is this the version of yourself you dreamed about when you were a kid? No, it's not even close. You've traded ambition for comfort. You've traded hunger for distractions. You've built a routine around surviving instead of winning, and you've gotten so used to it that you forgot what it feels like to truly chase something worth bleeding for. People keep saying life is short. No, life is long when you waste it. Long enough to regret every choice you didn't make. Long enough to feel every second of the opportunities you let die. And if you think the pain of working now is hard, wait until you feel the pain of realizing it's too late. You've got this fantasy in your head that the perfect conditions will come, that the business will be easy to start, the body will be easy to build, the skills will be easy to learn. That's why you stay stuck. You're chasing a world that doesn't exist. You don't get to skip the grind. You don't get to avoid the suffering. You either take it now while you can still use it, or it crushes you later when you're too old to fight back. The reason the winners win is simple. They move while everyone else is simple. They move while everyone else is still talking. They don't wait for approval. They don't poll their friends to see if their dream is realistic. They get up, they get in the dirt, and they start swinging until something breaks. That's why they're in the arena, and you're in the stands. Stop telling yourself you need more time. You've had enough time. You just didn't use it. Stop saying you're not ready. No one's ready. Stop hiding behind the illusion of preparation and step into the chaos. That's where you'll grow. That's where you'll find out what you're actually made of. You keep looking at successful people like they're different species. They're not. They were just willing to do what you keep avoiding. They woke up earlier. They stayed later. They worked when it was boring. They pushed when it was painful. They kept going when no one was watching. They acted every single day. You think your life is stressful now. Try living with the weight of wasted potential. Try looking your family in the eyes, knowing you could have given them more but chose not to. Try explaining to your kids why you couldn't take them on that trip because you were too lazy to build something that mattered. That's the kind of pressure that crushes a soul. And if you don't want it, you have to move now. Every second is a trade. You're trading your time for something, a skill, a result, a distraction, a nothing. And if you're trading it for nothing, you're bankrupting your future. You think Netflix is worth more than the life you could build. You think scrolling through strangers' lives is more important than building your own. Then you deserve the life you have right now. You want freedom, earn it. You want respect, earn it. You want power, earn it. Nobody hands those things out because you want them. You pay for them in sweat, in risk, in persistence. In every single moment, you choose action over comfort. That's the only currency that counts in this game. Look at the clock. It's not slowing down. Look in the mirror. That's not the same face you had 5 years ago. And 5 years from now, it'll be even older, even more tired, and you'll either be proud of what you built or broken by what you didn't. And let me tell you something about momentum. It's a double-edged sword. Once you start moving, you build it. The wins stack, the confidence grows, the hunger multiplies. But if you keep doing nothing, you build momentum in the opposite direction. Laziness gets easier, excuses get easier, quitting becomes your habit, and when that becomes who you are, it's almost impossible to come back. The clock is ticking while you think. The opportunities are disappearing while you hesitate. Someone else is taking the job you want, signing the client you dream of, living the life you keep postponing, and they're not better than you. They just started. That's the only difference. Stop waiting. Stop wishing. Stop pretending you're going to live forever. Start acting like your life depends on it, because it does. The person you want to be is on the other side of relentless daily action, and the only way to get there is to move. Now, you're living like you've got a second life waiting for you. You don't. This is it. This is all you get. Every sunrise you see is one less you'll ever have, and you're spending it doing nothing worth remembering. You want to know why your life feels empty, because deep down, you know you're wasting it. People lie to themselves because the truth is too heavy. They say, I'll start when I'm ready, because admitting they're afraid would crush their ego. They say, I just need the right plan, because admitting they're lazy would hurt too much. But the truth is this, you're not short on plans, you're short on courage. Every time you delay, every time you put it off, you're voting for a future where you're irrelevant. You're choosing to stay invisible, and if you stay invisible long enough, the world will erase you entirely. No legacy, no impact, just another nameless soul who played it safe until there was nothing left to play for. And I know what you're thinking, but what if I fail? Listen carefully, you're failing right now. Failure isn't falling short of your goals. Failure is never giving yourself the chance to reach them. You're living the failure you're so afraid of. You just disguised it as comfort. The greats, the people whose names echo long after they're gone, they didn't get there by blending in. They didn't get there by sitting quietly, hoping someone would notice them. They made themselves impossible to ignore. They worked so hard, so relentlessly, that the world had no choice but to pay attention. That's the level you need to reach if you ever want to matter.
Yeah.
Stop underestimating how fast life can pass you by. One day you're young and figuring it out. The next day you're 40 with a back that aches and a heart full of regret. And regret is a poison you never recover from. You think you'll get over it, but you won't. It will visit you in the quiet moments. It will choke you when you see someone living the life you could have had, and it will haunt you until the day you die. Here's the sick part. The pain of action is temporary. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of discipline is temporary. But the pain of doing nothing, that's forever. That's the kind of pain that doesn't fade, that doesn't give you peace, that doesn't let you sleep, and you're choosing it. Every single day you sit still. You keep thinking you're going to feel ready. You won't. You think you're going to wake up one morning, stretch and feel a magical wave of motivation that turns you into a machine. That's not happening. You don't get motivated first. You move first. You do the thing when you don't feel like it. And the action itself becomes the fuel. Discipline is the master key to everything you want, but you treat it like a suggestion. You act like you can choose when to be disciplined, and when it's inconvenient, you quit. That's why nothing changes. You can't turn it on and off. It has to be who you are. The truth is, you could change your life in the next 6 months. You could be in the best shape of your life, making more money than you've ever seen, building something that actually matters. But instead you'll keep wasting your nights, wasting your mornings, wasting your talent. And a year from now you'll be in the exact same place, making the exact same excuses. And when that happens, no one will care. Nobody's going to cry for you. Nobody's going to pity you. You'll just be another name in the endless sea of people who could have been something but weren't. There's a reason the winners walk differently. There's a reason they speak differently, carry themselves differently. It's not arrogance, it's proof. They've done the work, they've paid the price, they've looked fear in the face, and moved anyway. They know they're dangerous because they've built themselves into something dangerous. You want that energy. Earn it. Stop pretending it's a mindset you can just adopt, without action. Stop pretending you can talk like a lion when you live like a sheep. Lions earn the right to roar, and right now you're silent because you haven't done enough to deserve the noise. This is the part where most people quit, not because they're broken, but because they've never actually tested how far they can go. The discomfort scares them. The grind bores them. The lack of instant results kills their confidence. But the few who push past that point, they see what's on the other side, and once you see it, you'll never want to go back. You're standing at the edge of that line right now. On one side is everything you've ever known, comfort, safety, mediocrity. On the other side is chaos, pain, risk, and the version of you that you were meant to become. But you can't have both. You either jump or you stay. You either act or you rot. This is it. The moment you decide whether your life stays exactly the same, or you finally become someone worth remembering. Because make no mistake, every second you breathe is either building your legacy or burying it. And right now, you're either the architect or the undertaker of your own existence. You've been lying to yourself long enough. Telling yourself you'll get to it, that you've got time, that you'll change when the moment's right. There's no right moment, there's no green light, there's just now. And every second you waste kills another opportunity that will never come back. You want power. You want respect. You want freedom. Then stop living like a coward. Stop hiding behind comfort. Comfort is the coffin you decorate, while your dreams suffocate inside it. You think staying safe is smart. No, it's suicide in slow motion. The world owes you nothing. No one's coming to pull you out of the mud. No one's coming to lift you out of the hole you dug, with your own excuses. You either climb out with your bare hands, bleeding, gasping, fighting for every inch, or you die there, and no one will notice. Look at history. The people we remember, the ones whose names outlived their bodies, they didn't wait for permission. They didn't sit still, hoping for the perfect chance. They moved, they bled, they risked everything, and because of that, they took everything. That's the only way it works. Right now, you are one decision away from a completely different life. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now, you could stand up, shut the door, lock yourself in a room, and put in the next 12 hours, building something that changes your entire trajectory. Or you could keep doing what you've been doing, nothing, and watch another year vanish. You know what's scarier than failing? Waking up in 10 years realizing you never even tried. Seeing someone living the exact life you wanted, knowing the only difference between you and them is that they acted when you didn't. That pain doesn't go away. That pain becomes your shadow. You think you can avoid the pain by doing nothing, but you can't. You're just choosing a different kind of pain. The pain of regret, the pain of weakness, the pain of being invisible in a world where you could have been unstoppable, and you'll carry it every day until you die. But there's another path. The path where you decide that nothing, and I mean nothing, will stop you. That from this moment forward, you move every single day with ruthless intent. That you work when you're tired, that you fight when you're scared, that you get up when you're broken, because every time you push through, when you could have quit, you're telling the universe, I am not here to be average. You've got the same 24 hours as everyone else. The only difference between winners and nobodies is how they spend them. The winner uses them to build, to grind, to grow. The nobody uses them to escape, to avoid, to numb themselves from the fact that they're wasting their life. Which one are you? If you can hear my voice right now, you have a choice. You can stand up, take control, and become the person you were meant to be, or you can stay exactly where you are, hoping the world will somehow hand you a crown you never fought for. It won't. You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more motivation. You need to move. You need to act like your life is on the line, because it is. Every day you waste is a piece of it gone forever. So here's what you do. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the right mood, the right plan, the right anything. You get up, and you make it happen today. You make it happen when you're tired, when you're scared, when it's messy, when it's inconvenient, because that's how you build a life that's worth living. You can either be the person who acted despite the fear, or the person who explains for the rest of their life why they never did. The choice is yours, and it's being made right now. So move. Stop thinking. Stop hesitating. Stop wasting what little time you've got left. Act now, or stay a nobody forever. And if this hit you, if it burned inside you, if it shook you awake, then prove it. Don't just listen and walk away. Take this energy and build something today. And if you want to keep that fire alive, you stay with me. You subscribe. You share this with someone who needs to hear it. You come back here every day, and you get your mind sharpened until nothing can stop you. Because if you disappear back into comfort now, you're done. This is your wake-up call. You've been warned. The clock's ticking. Move. Now.